All right, let's talk Git. If you've ever typed git commit, then you've used the single most important feature of the whole system. But what is a commit, really? We're going to break it down today, and I promise by the end of this, you're going to look at your projects in a completely new light.
You know the feeling, right? You're staring at a folder, and it's just full of files like Final Report Doc, Final Report V2 Doc, and my personal favorite, Final Report Really Final This Time Doc. It's total chaos. You have no idea what actually changed between version 2 and the really final one. It's a nightmare.
Well, Git has a much better way of doing things, and the secret sauce is a total shift in how you think about saving your work. See, instead of saving a whole new copy of the entire file every single time, Git does something brilliant. It just saves the changes. That's it, just the differences.
So let's dive into that. How does Git actually see your work? It's all about taking a snapshot, but not a snapshot of your whole project. It's a snapshot of your changes. And this right here, this is kind of Git's superpower. It's called the DIFF. All it does is compare the old version of a file to the new one. It then spits out this super simple report. Anything with a minus sign next to it was removed, and anything with a plus sign was added. That's it. Simple, clean, and incredibly powerful.
And that brings us to the main event, the star of our show, the commit. So what is it? A commit is basically a snapshot of those diffs, those changes we just talked about, all bundled up and saved with a little note from you explaining what you did.
So if you break it down, every single commit has 3 simple parts. 1, it's a snapshot. 2, it's a snapshot of changes. And 3, it comes with an explanation, your commit message. That's the magic formula, a snapshot of changes with an explanation. Got it? Cool.
Okay, so let's peek behind the scenes, right? Let's look under the hood. What is Git actually doing every time you make a commit? It's a really simple, but honestly, brilliant process.
So here's what happens. First, Git looks at your files and compares what they looked like before with what they look like now. Step 2, it calculates those differences, the diff. Then, and this is key, it saves only those little changes. And finally, it attaches some really important information to that snapshot.
So what does it attach? Well, 3 key things. Your name as the author, the exact time you made the commit, down to the second, and of course, your message. This whole package creates a permanent, unchangeable record of that exact moment in your project's history. And this system, as simple as it sounds, is what gives you, the developer, some serious superpowers. Seriously. It's why pretty much everyone uses Git these days. Think about it. Once you have a history of these commits, you have a perfect record. You know exactly what changed. You know when it changed. You know who changed it. You can literally time travel back to any point in your project's history. Need to see what the code looked like last Tuesday? No problem. This gives you total confidence when you're working, especially with the team. And get this, on top of everything else, this whole system is super efficient. Because Git is just storing these tiny little sets of changes, not the entire project over and over. Your project folders stay small, and everything runs lightning fast.
Okay, let's circle back to that third part of a commit, the explanation, the message. A lot of people treat this like a chore, but it's not. It's actually an art. It's how you write the story of your project.
I love this analogy. Think of your entire project like a book. If that's the case, then every single commit you make is a chapter in that story. Each one is a permanent part of the history that explains how your project grew and evolved over time.
So what makes a good chapter title, right? Look at this. A message like update or changes, that's useless. It tells you nothing. But a message like add project purpose to README, now that's helpful. That tells me exactly what I'm going to find in that chapter. It's clear, it's concise, it's perfect. And when you have a whole series of good commit messages like that, look what happens. You get a beautiful, readable story of your project. Anyone, even someone new to the team, can just glance at this history and immediately understand how the project evolved. It all makes sense. Okay, so now it's your turn. Time to write your first chapter. I've got a little homework for you. It's super easy. Just go to one of your projects, open up the README file, and add one single new line. Then commit that change with a really clear message, something like add progress note to README. After you do that, go find that commit in your history and click on it. And when you click on it, I want you to look for a few things. You're going to see your name as the author. You'll see the exact timestamp, and you'll see the def, that one green line that you added. It's all there. It's proof that everything we've just talked about is happening right there in your project.
So here's the big takeaway. The most important thing to remember. A commit is not just hitting save. It's so much more than that. It's a meaningful, documented, permanent step forward in the life of your project. It's a snapshot, a record, and a piece of your project's story.
And that's the power that's now in your hands. Every single time you make a commit, you are literally writing history. You're building that story chapter by chapter. So I guess the only question left is, what will be the first chapter of your story?